Good evening, everyone. Today we are here to present our experiential learning for the course of System Engineering. Uh, the task provided to us was to interview a project manager, and here so we are doing that. Excellent. So our team comprises of 4 members, started by myself, Adarsh Chandra from Aerospace Department. My friend, another friend is from Shikhar Saxena from Mechanical Department. Rajot Saha from IAC Department and Kushagra Jain with IAC Department. Our presentation has been submitted to Professor Vikram and Desai from IM Department. So here we have the privilege to introduce Mr. Rajot Chandra, who is current project manager at AVP Private Limited. For starting with undergraduate course, he studied electrical engineering and IIT Roorkee and was graduated with flying colors in the year 2012. After that, he worked with Robert Bosch company in Germany as a senior software engineer for a span of around 5 years. After that, he come again back to India in Bangalore and started as a senior engineer again in Robert Bosch and company. After that, he switched his company to ABB Private Limited. Here he worked as a senior R&D engineer and done for a span of around 2 years. After that, he got a post of project manager in the same company and is currently pursuing his executive MBA in IIT Madras in business analyst. His current projects are being developed for our Bluetooth-based condition monitoring system. It majorly functions as IoT-based system with varying the control, with varying the electrical controls, and by monitoring it with the changes in voltage. His other project was event data recorder in airbag ECU. It was mainly for mechanical purpose when he was working with Robert Bosch in Germany. It was to enhance the speed of the air. It was to enhance the speed of exploding of airbags in case of any accidents. The last one was a signal and tool analysis. It was mainly a simulink analysis in MATLAB and ASM, which was used for getting the stability of electrical circuits. One of the last project is web-based testing and service in Robert Bosch, which was further linked to IoT. He has 2 awards and honors. He won a hackathon in smart conditioning and monitoring of industrial plant, and first prize in Robert Bosch electrical and induction hackathon. So very right.
So my first question, sir, is that can you describe your experience in the industry?
Okay. So currently I am working as a project manager, also as a tech lead. So I have got this responsibility based on the skill set I had and also the necessity in the team and the project. So since you guys are more interested in the project management part, I will restrict myself to that part and I'll not go into much of the technical lead and the consultancy part. So project management is actually of many types. It's not that simple. There are so in India especially, project management is used for various roles. There can be a person who is responsible for delivering the releases and other product releases. There can be a person who could be an engineering manager who is responsible for gathering the requirements from customer and translating it for the team. There could be a line manager who is responsible for basically people management and managing the team, more kind of a resource manager. And then there is something called a techno manager who will be responsible for handling the basically he is a bridge between the global management and the your maybe a development or a testing team. Currently me I'm actually I'm doing multiple roles because of because of some circumstances. So role wise my day-to-day job includes first of all, managing the deliverables. Every release which goes into the product, I'll be the responsible person. I have to stick to the schedule. I have to stick to the deliverable checklist. All the tests should have been passed. User acceptance test should be done, and then after the release, any issues reported from the field or during the system testing, we have to answer to them. My another role is to discuss with the global management about the future roadmap of the product, discussing about the future requirements. Since I'm working in R&D team, requirements can come from many sides. It could be from sales, it could be from internal new research. So yeah, like I said, in my current role is a combination of engineering management and product management, I'll say. So my experience, yeah, it has been good. It's really it has taught me a lot how to deal with different levels of resources, how to collaborate between different teams, and those are really something which you only learn with experience. Yeah.
Thank you, sir.
Another question that I wanted to ask are what skills are needed in the day-to-day life of a project manager?
Okay, so again, then it will depend upon what kind of, if you're specifically talking about a project manager who is only handling the project, who is not handling the requirements and all those parts, for them, the main skill set, I'll say, is a people management first thing. You should be able to handle your resources. Main job of yours will be, you are answerable to the stakeholders, and you are also answerable to your team working inside you. If something goes wrong within the team, you are the person who should be able to handle the situation and save the team from the issues coming from the stakeholders. Likewise, if there is some problem from the stakeholders, you are the person who will be trying to to act like an umbrella for your team and save them from those kinds of pressure situations, so that they can give their maximum productivity. So people management is the good skill set, I'll say. Then other than that, yeah, it's what it's called, scheduling. It's called scheduling. So you should be able to stick to first of all, you should be able to bring a right plan which is feasible, and not also too much buffer is provided for the team, so that there is idle time within the team. So yeah, planning is a skill which is really important for a project manager. And then third, I'll say, is like, yeah, sticking to your deadlines and dealing with unexpected situations. So however good you plan, there could be a lot of blockers in your deliverables, and you should be able to handle them. You should have a risk mitigation plans and all for you. So yeah, I'm not getting a specific word for this kind of skill, but yeah, that's more kind of, I'll say, adaptability.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Okay, so now another question that I would like to pose is, like, we have seen in COVID, everything was online. So according to you, which kind of project management was better, whether it was online or offline? So what are the problems, or like what are the pros of the project management that you did in online or offline? Can you just tell us the difference or comparison?
Yeah. So yeah, there is no right answer that offline is better or online is better. both have their pros and cons in them. I would, I'll try to make list one or two of them. So when you work online, pros are your travel time is reduced. You have your what I can say, that time wasted on daily breaks and all, which happens more in office gossips and all. Those is reduced, and so you have more time. In online, most of the industries did not had any schedule for them, so you could work any time of the day, whichever suits you. So whichever gives you the maximum productivity. So yeah, and also as an employee, you kind to have more savings because of reduced expenses of traveling and living in sometimes living near to your office might create more expenses and food and everything. Coming to offline, okay, I'll tell the problems with online. First of all, it's really difficult to create a working environment in a home. It's not that easy. Productivity really suffers sometimes if you're not getting a good working environment. You might get more disturbances with your homely activities or your other people staying on you. You'll try to avoid it, but yeah, that's not something can happen always. And then the biggest problem I felt when I was working online was the interaction with the people is lost. Online meetings are good, but the face-to-face interactions, they are really necessary. I feel, especially after this 2 years of online working, even for small things, you'll need to schedule a call. You'll need to ask the time of the other person. But you're sitting in office, it's just easy. You go to their bench and desk, and you can quickly ask for those small things. And the little interactions, communications, it helps in team building, a better relationship, better working relationship. So those are some things which are really important for a good productive team, and which is missed by online. And personally, for me, I prefer a offline job, and I think offices going to office is a right way. And also one additional point would be orientation of freshers. So that is the biggest issue. We who have already an experience, we know how office used to work, but a fresher who joins in an online environment, he never gets chance to understand what is the working culture of the office. He understands, but it takes lot more time than what he would have got. Yeah.
Thank you so much.
So, okay, sir. My question is that as you are working as a project manager, there are several people being employed under you with lot of different ideas and lot of different expertise. So, what do you do when there is a conflict of interest between them? Like, how do you select a better idea?
Okay, so yeah, that's a difficult situation, which is the part of the job. First of all, what I feel is you have to understand that the people working in the team, they are we have to understand their value as an individual. What we have to understand what they are going through, what they think, what they want. We have to keep those things in mind. First of all, as first thing to bring a friendly environment is to create a dialogue. The better the communication between the team, the lesser the conflicts will be there. And never oppose anyone. Let everyone bring their ideas. Let everyone submit their ideas, and make the ideas belonging to the team, not an individual. So let's suppose a person A brought me some idea, person B brought me some idea. I would suggest them that, okay, it's a really great idea, and it belongs to team. Both idea A and idea B belongs to team. And now as a team, we can sit and discuss which is better. So when the belongingness is more towards team rather than individual, it's easy to resolve conflicts, and everyone is trying for the greatness of the development of the team. So
Yes.
that's one way.
Yeah, thank you.
So my next question is that, as you mentioned that the project manager needs to be ready with mitigation plans. So how do you actually get to know that the things are going out of the track and now is the right time to implement that mitigation?
Well, there are many systems for that. There are a lot of tracking systems. There are a lot of checklists. There are many steps for many stages product release has to go through before it actually goes to the market. And even then, when from the market, sometimes the issues will come, and there are proper channels through which it comes. It does not comes like directly. They will call to us. So you have to you'll be answerable to these channels. You need to be ready for that. So these are unexpected things. You always keep a small buffer for handling these kind of things. And even then, if sometimes this happens, then yeah, you take that as a risk, and you take the loss and move ahead and try to resolve it as soon as possible. If you are more focused about the how you get the information, so every organization will keep some kind of channels and different stages, like I told, it goes through, and then there are periodically audits go which happens. So these activities are meant for catching any issues with your product, and that's what the testing cycle is for, right? So generally product development involves if in my experience, it involves 40% of development time and 60% of testing time. So that is more important. Yeah.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, sir. So I have one last question. Like, as we know in our, it's very confusing, like whether to go for masters in engineering or doing MBA for the job. Like if you are going for private industries. So can you focus some light on that? Like which path we should use if we are want to go in private industries?
Okay. Okay. You also need to understand the difference between private and the government job.
No, sir. Actually, like, see, we have two parts after this, like doing masters in engineering or this MS or MD in engineering only, or doing MBA, rather like studying business management studies, like doing writing CAT exam and doing MBA and IAM, or again giving GATE exams to go in IITs and study that doing MTech there. So which path like is likely to be more preferable for doing job in private industry?
Okay, so this is a toughest question. I'll say everyone goes through this question. Okay, the cliche answer for this is like you have to look your interest, and it's not wrong that that's a cliche, but again, it's the right answer that you have to look your interest. But again, since I have been through your phase where even I was confused, I understand that how you make a decision without full knowledge, and at that point of time we don't have the full knowledge of how things will be. So how can I know what my interests are? So that's true. But yeah, something you can look upon is like, do you enjoy when you are working on some technical problems, when you are creating some new any new products or anything, any engineering type, do you like solving problems there and all? If you really enjoy it, if you don't take assignments as an a burden, but you actually enjoy doing that to your projects and all, in that way you can understand that you are more inclined towards engineering. And if you are a person who tries to plan the things, manage the things, how, like in a group project there will be a person who is more kind of a planner and decides who will be doing what and how we will be going about it. So that's what that is first thing. Second thing is, again, that is just a, so what I said, it's just it would give you a direction to find your interest, but again, it's not easy. It's the toughest question which person goes till retirement, I'll say. Even now, I'll daily think, what is my interest? Because this is something which will keep changing with your newer experiences. It will never be same. Then again, you should prioritize what you're aiming for. Interest is one thing. Other things is what you are aiming for. Maybe in 20 years for you, what you want to be. You want to be owning a big company, or you want to be a CEO of a company, or that, I know that level, or you want to be a CTO kind of role where you are exploring new technologies, you are making products, you are helping them. So think on that level what you want after 20 years, not now, not your 5 years that after MS I'll get this job, after MBA I'll get this job. Of course you'll get those jobs, but yeah, job is a job. It never it's always like when anything you like, if you have to do it for for money, then it becomes a pressure. I'll give an example. Suppose you like to do a painting, well and good. It's your passion. You do painting daily and all. But if you have chosen painting as a career, then you are always in pressure. If your paintings are not sold, what will you eat? How you will live? How you will earn? And when you have to paint in this pressure, you will try to find out what market wants, and then maybe they don't want what you paint. These things could happen. So personally, I don't suggest always follow your passion, because once my thinking is once passion becomes your job, it will not be your passion. Follow what you want to be in long period of time. What will give you happiness? Yeah.
So,
I hope this makes clear.
yes. So I think that's it from us, sir. Thank you for being with us. It was honor for us to have you in our meeting. Now I think we could end.
Yeah.
Thank you, sir.
Thanks. All the best for your project.
Yes. Thank you.
Thanks for.
Yeah.